Yo, what is going on, guys? Got another one of these ridiculous stories for you here today titled Girlfriend Dumped Me, Thinking That I Would Chase, Only to Realize Her Mistake. Now, this is something that a lot of women love to do, guys. They like to see if men will fight for the relationship, okay? If they will fight for their woman. Little do these women understand that this is incredibly stupid, okay? Dumping a man because you want him to chase you is one of the silliest things you can possibly do, and anyone with any common sense knows that this will backfire. But modern women, guys, if there is one thing they lack, it seems to be common sense. Now, guys, before we jump into this one, don't forget to like the video on your way in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. And let's take a listen to what exactly this woman did. So the guy says, she thought I would come crawling back. I'm a 30-year-old dude, and my ex-girlfriend is 27. We were together for almost 2 years. Everything seemed fine between us. We were not perfect, but we were stable. We lived together for a year. We had overlapping friend groups and even talked casually about marriage in the future. But gradually things changed. So this is the classic, okay? Everything's going good, and then your girlfriend just has to pull some absolute nonsense out of thin air, like a magic trick, as if you're going to be impressed by it. Like, hey, I know everything's going fine now, but what if I just screw everything up? The absolute classic, guys. She started getting colder, the text replies took longer, the affection dropped off, and she became more distant during our time together. When I asked her if something was wrong, she would always brush it off with, I'm just tired, or work's been draining. I didn't push because I respected her space. Maybe a little bit too much. Anyway, the breakup came out of nowhere, he says. One Friday evening, we sat down and she told me she needed time to figure herself out. She said things like, we have gotten too comfortable and I just need to rediscover who I am. I asked her plainly if there was another dude. She said that there was not. She said she still loved me, but she needed space. So again, we come to the complete nonsense. The woman's ending off the relationship. She provides a bunch of very vague reasoning as to why. Okay, like, oh, I need to do my discovery thing. Just classic words that really make no sense and dance around the issue. Again, right, as we continue, you'll see that this woman wanted her man to fight for her. I've always found this incredibly stupid. Okay, it's like you're essentially just causing conflict for nothing and then expecting the guy to stick around and put up with your nonsense. If there's one thing that men don't like, it's unnecessary conflict that you cause. You know, because again, this is contrary to what a lot of guys are looking for. Men, when they're in relationships with women, one of the primary things they're looking for is someone who will bring them peace. If you're just going to be a headache, a lot of them will not want to be there. You know, it's not like you have to make 6 figures or do anything ridiculous, okay, or like some grand achievement. You just have to not be a pain in the ass, right? But of course, what does she do? She decides to be a pain in the ass. Anyway, he says, I packed a bag and I left that night. I didn't yell, I didn't argue or try to change her mind. I told her I appreciated the honesty and I left with my dignity intact, right? So he did the correct thing on paper, right? Correct thing in general, which was to respect the woman's wishes. She said, I didn't want to make it work, so the dude said, okay, not a problem. Makes sense, right? Anyway, he says, I think she expected a chase. The next week, I got texts like, I hope you're doing okay. I still want to talk sometime. I miss our conversations. No pressure, just checking in. I responded politely, but I kept it short. Again, I don't know why you would ever respond to this woman. He says, I didn't meet up. I didn't beg, I didn't orbit. A few of our mutual friends later told me that she was confused by, quote unquote, how well I took it, that I didn't fight harder to win her back. One even said she thought you'd come running after her. I didn't. I went back to focusing on myself. So see what the woman is doing, by the way. The woman realizes that the man is not chasing, so her little plan is falling apart. So what does she decide to do? She decides to speak to all of the mutual friends independently and try and get them to bring this up to him, right? As if it's going to change his mind. Do you see? This is like an indirect way of her saying, hey, chase me, please. You know, and she orchestrated this little thing through the friends. He says, I focused on my life. I picked up where I left off. I hit the gym harder. I got promoted at work, started dating. The healing wasn't instant, but it felt honest. There was no chaos or anything like that. Anyway, 2 months later, again, this woman reappears. Like, these women just don't get the hint, do they? Like, they just continually pop up over nonsense. The guy clearly wasn't interested. And you know what probably happened in these 2 months, okay? In the 2 months where she disappeared, here's what I think happened. So she thought the guy would instantly chase. So first of all, let's go way back. This woman was already seeing another guy, clearly. That's why she pulled this crap in the first place, realistically. Because she was seeing another guy, and she just wanted this guy to chase and see how well it went, right? So she was seeing the other guy. She pulled this crap, and her boyfriend, who she just broke up with, didn't chase her. So plan A failed. Now she tried to go to plan B, which was to get the friends to talk to him, to try and insinuate that he should be reaching out, but he didn't take the bait. Now she moves on to plan C, which is where she disappears for 2 months later. So this is probably where she tried to actually make it work with the other guy. You know, she tried to get a relationship out of this other dude who was probably in the background. She failed at that. And so now she's back to reappearing in this guy's life. Do you see how all of this crap happens behind the scenes? Like, all of this nonsense is there, but they don't say this crap, even though it's what they're doing, you know? Anyway, out of the blue, he says, she texts me one night, I've been thinking about you a lot lately. I feel like I made a mistake. She just block her ass, man. She asked if we could talk. She wanted to grab coffee just to catch up. I agreed. I didn't agree out of hope or anything like that, he says. Again, I don't know why these men waste their time. I really don't. He says, we met up. She looked nervous. She told me she had expected me to chase after her, that when I didn't, it made her realize I really would walk away. She admitted that she was trying to see if I'd fight for her, but she never truly wanted to end things, just to shake things up and feel chosen again. Like, what is this high school level manipulation going on? Do you know what I mean? So the relationship was going good. It was going smooth. Everything was fine and dandy, okay? And then this woman out of the blue says, you know what? I need to feel chosen again, whatever the hell that means. And she wants to shake things up. Yeah, guys, imagine if some husband was like this, okay? He's like, you know what, sweetie, I think it's time for us to get a divorce after our 10-year marriage. And then when the woman asks why, he's like, well, I just thought it was time we shake things up. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of logic is this, guys? And again, the man did the right thing. He respected her wishes. He said, fine, we can end this. And she has an issue with it. This is what children do, really. This is the behavior. I don't have children, but I assume this is just straight up the behavior of children, right? Like, crazy toddler level, you know, just essentially being a nuisance because you want some form of excitement or something. I don't know, man. So stupid. He says, I told her plainly, relationships are not games. If you walk out expecting someone to chase you, you're not ready for something real. He says, I did not go back. I wished her well. I paid for the coffee and I left, and I haven't looked back since. He says, if someone thinks they can test your love by pushing you away, let them find out the hard way that self-respect doesn't chase. Love isn't proven through desperation. It's shown through mutual commitment. And also, I want to point out this part here, guys, is the part where the woman realizes that he would actually walk away, because this is the oh crap moment that a lot of modern women have, is when they finally understand that the man walks away and he's not going to be coming back, right? That's when all hell breaks loose. That's when all of the stress comes out, all of the concern, despite the fact that she essentially pushed him away. You know, she broke up with him in the first place. But guys, we're going to be leaving it there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.